Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. If you're just joining us, we've been discussing the importance of supporting small businesses and spotlighting some pretty unique establishments right here in the city of Milwaukee. My next guest graduated with honors from UW Parkside with a degree in business marketing. He also grew up in the kitchen. He owns a retail shop at 5513 West North Avenue. If you haven't tasted Mr. Dye's pies, trust me, you don't know what you're missing. It is my pleasure to welcome Johnathan Dye to Our Issues Milwaukee. Good morning, Johnathan.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and I have had Mr. Dye's pies on several occasions, and that is exactly why you came to mind to have you here today. So let's start off talking about when you started baking and who taught you everything you know in the kitchen.
I was 5 or 6, and my grandmother didn't kick me out of the kitchen. So we learned a lot, and anybody that's been in the kitchen with a good grandmother that really knows how to cook, you can't just be in there without helping out. So after a while, she puts you to work, and you're, sifting flour and chopping onions and doing a million things. So I learned from my grandmother. I developed a passion for taking care of people through food, through her.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I mean, I too was in the kitchen, and my grandmother, my mom, and a really good neighbor all tried to show me how to cook, but I just didn't have that focus, and I can't say that I can take care of people through food. So you have to pay attention, though, when you are at a young age in the kitchen. You can't just kind of be in there and just stand around.
And you have to mess up a few things. That's how we learn.
Well, that is pretty awesome. So when did you decide to turn this venture into a money-making venture?
I sold investments for years, and I always envisioned, like, down the road at some point I would start it when I had more capital, more resources to start it, and also envisioned that other people would be doing a lot of the baking. So I was actually I was out of work, and it kind of moved the timetable up to let's begin. People were always calling. They wanted a sweet potato pie. I'd make them for a family reunion, and for months afterwards, people would call and they wanted a sweet potato pie. And I would never sell it to you, but every once in a while I'd make a bunch of them and just give them away.
Oh, wow. And that takes us to what you're known for, and that would be the fabulous sweet potato pie. You've got the classic sweet potato, your signature purple monster, then there's pecan delight, and you also have Nyland's pecan and key lime. So a nice little option there for anyone who has a taste for sweet potatoes or something different for that matter. So let's talk about this purple monster, because that is your signature.
Okay. The Purple Monster is a purple sweet potato pie. So it's made with a Okinawan purple yam. They grow in Hawaii, and it's a superfood. I'm at farmers markets all the time, and I tell people this is the healthiest thing at the market. And the people selling green beans and stuff next to me are looking at me like, okay, right. But it's really full of antioxidants and flavonoids, and it's really healthy for you. And it really is the healthiest thing. We do add a little sugar to it, though.
Yeah, and that's something else about your pies. You don't like overdo it and take over the taste with sugar. It actually is a nice balance of those spices and everything that you've put together to make this your unique creation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of times people you got to get out of the way of the base ingredient that you're, if it's a cherry pie or if it's a sweet potato pie, let the sweet potato talk to you.
Absolutely, and that's my favorite. Sweet potatoes are my favorite. That's why I'm loving you so much that you brought me some today. And bless your heart for bringing me a half, because I would eat a whole. So this is the pecan delight?
This is the pecan delight. It's a sweet potato pie with a pecan topping.
Okay, well, thank you for bringing that. And that's what's also unique. You not only sell whole pies, you sell the half, and you also sell it by the slice.
The half pie, it's like it's less commitment.
Okay. Yes, for those of us who are trying not to like just go all the way there and look up and go.
Sometimes the slice won't get you there where you're going, right?
You got that right. So you did mention that you worked in the financial industry for 10 years before launching your business. So it's definitely helpful to have a financial background when going into business, needless to say, but I'm guessing it took a lot of patience for you to actually grow your business to where it is today as well.
It has, and I'm glad you said patience, because I think being around numbers and investments and understanding how business works was important. But most importantly, I think I developed an idea of what it takes to get something off the ground. Selling investments is a tough business to get traction in and to build, and it's taught me that sometimes you start an effort and you think you're going to be successful right away. And I went in knowing that we're building it, and we're looking at a 4 or 5 year thing just to get established. So
yeah.
I think that sometimes people quit before they realize they're as successful as they think they are.
Yeah, and you've done it one pie at a time. And
really
you talked about, like, many times you would make a pie and just give it away. So when you're talking about starting a business, sometimes word of mouth is everything, right?
This is true. This is true. And sometimes it's having that confidence in certain situations. You are going to give away a pie or two, and you know that that's coming back to you. You have to believe in what you're doing. So I think investments has taught me that. And we passed out thousands and thousands and thousands of flyers in the beginning, and you do all that because you have the confidence in where you're going. So you have to begin with the end in mind.
Yeah, and believing in your product is everything. You can't give up. And you took out, you were recommended for what is known as a Kiva loan. If you would tell us more about Kiva and how that works.
Kiva Zip is it's a crowdfunding operation, and Milwaukee has become a Kiva city. So we are, is one of the few in the country that's actually Kiva products. The Kiva program is available. So basically, instead of going to a bank and getting a loan from one institution, you're actually getting a loan from, my loan in particular is 160 or 170 individuals from around the world. They all chipped in small amounts to fund my loan. So, and it's really one of the most awesome things about Kiva Zip is that sometimes you have the right idea, but your previous history or credit history or whatever can get in the way, and Kiva they don't use your credit score at all. What they use is they use your social capital. So if enough friends of yours say, enough people in the community say, yes, we believe in what you're doing, then it opens it up to the Kiva world. So there's lenders from around the world that'll chip in $25 at a time, and in my case, it was $10,000 was raised.
That's awesome. And that $10,000 actually helped you purchase a commercial convention oven that helped you increase the number of pies that you could bake at once and reduce baking times as well. So came in handy, huh?
It sure did. It bought that and a lot of other stuff, and it really catapulted us. So I'm very thankful, and I'm proud to be an ambassador of an unofficial ambassador for Kiva Zip.
Yeah, I think it's just awesome. And like you said, a lot of people don't really know about it, but people like you making others aware really does help with someone who may be watching, wanting to build their own business, but don't necessarily have the means. Got the product, but not the means of taking the next step. And with that said, talk about the importance of having the community support when you are operating a small business.
I think it's essential, because in the beginning you're going to be learning and figuring things out. So I think it's important to have the community support, and it's also important for patience again to be on both sides. As a new entrepreneur in a new business, you have to give even your customers and potential customers, you have to give them time to begin to see you as a professional in what you're doing. Because a lot of times they know you from your previous
around the way, like
exactly.
They saw you at the bank, or
Yeah, they know I deal with investments, and there are people with my story. There are people that knew I was an investment advisor, and people that knew me from school and college and high school, and none of these folks knew that I baked. So it took a while to turn the page where people are now, now people see me and they start thinking about sweet potato pie.
That's true. That's so very true. And you did give a little bit of advice in just what you said as far as being an entrepreneur. What other advice would you give to someone who would like to possibly start their own business?
I think one key is to begin. I think getting started is often the hardest thing. Like
with anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a saying that says, "Begin, the rest is easy," and I think it's very true. Sometimes you just get started, and you begin knowing that there's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that you don't know, but you begin and you get started, and and then you go from there, you know.
Yeah, and there's also a saying that says that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one single step. So here you are. How long have you actually been in business now?
It's been 5 years already.
5 years. That's amazing. And so what do you envision in the next 5 years for Mr. Dye's Pies?
Good question. I think we've spent those 5 years to arrive at day one. So I think heading into 2017, I think it's going to be our best year yet, and I'm encouraged that we're going to be shipping pies across the country, and that's coming up real fast. I'm excited about that, as well as delivery locally. And we just got our second grocery store in Madison, Wisconsin.
That's good.
Miller and Sons in Verona, Wisconsin. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to spending some time in Madison and building the brand there, and also building it around the country.
Yeah, so you already have Mr. Dye's Pies that can be found in some stores here in the city.
Yeah, we're in Syndic's Fine Foods in Brookfield on 189th and Capitol.
You go, boy. That is wonderful. And you're currently a member of the African American Chamber of Commerce, and you are a new member. So I would love for you to talk about some of the benefits of being a part of the Commerce and how that helps make a difference with small businesses in our area as well.
Dr. Hall is doing some great work with the Chamber, and a Chamber of Commerce can open up doors and introduce you to people that you would not have even known to go knock on the door to. And she's doing great work with that. In particular, they got me a meeting with the Milwaukee Bucks, and we're working on a few things, and talks are ongoing. I'm excited. And and it's something that's the purpose of a Chamber of Commerce, to get you around other businesses and figure out those synergies and connecting those dots.
Yeah, the networking, and then also really just the support of all of the businesses that are a part of the Chamber. And I think it's wonderful, and big things are coming. Like, to get with the NBA and have a meeting is just amazing in itself. So who knows, the players could have some Mr. Dye's Pies in the locker room.
There we go.
We know they'll work it out. Work it all off, so wouldn't hurt much at all. You also received a lot of support from elected officials in the area, which is extremely important. Talk about that.
From the beginning, I've helped a few people get elected around town. First of all, so in every step, it's always good that the elected officials, as well as everyone else as well, I've looked out for me. We've been very well received, and I'm thankful more than anything. In particular, the mayor, Mayor Tom, has been very, very helpful, very supportive of me, and sometimes when people will just tell me, like the mayor mentioned you today in a meeting or something, people are telling me, or they'll be like, my good friend Russell Stamper is an alderman, and Malele Coggs is a friend of mine, and it just feels great to have their support.
Yeah, and they're going to look out for you on a whole nother level and let you know what's going on. But what's most important is that people who are living in the area that's surrounding your business, they can support it, appreciate that there is an establishment there that cares about the community and wants to make a difference. So it's really, really a win-win for everybody.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
You do agree. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers as we wrap up today's program?
I just wanted to convey again that people that are looking to get started in business to get started, and I think it's I'm thankful more than anything. When I sold investments, I used to think it was really rewarding, and it was. I was helping people with the stock or to rebalance their portfolio or a piece of key insurance that they needed, and it was rewarding in a sense. It is nothing compared to somebody's got a fork full of pie. And they love you, and I got, so when I sold investments, I used to get clients every once in a while, and now I make friends every day. So I'm so thankful.
Yeah, I'm thankful to have you come by today, and I'm sure all of our crew's thankful too. When they saw you were coming, they're like, is he bringing pie? And you brought one, but I don't think there's enough for you guys, so sorry.
You'll bring more next time, right?
Next time. Thank you so much, and all the best and continued success to you in 2017.
Thanks again.
It's been a pleasure. Johnathan Dye is the owner of Mr. Dye's Pies, which is again located at 5513 West North Avenue in Milwaukee. You can like them on Facebook or call 759-4992. That is going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, thank you for watching, and I do hope you join us again next week as we take another look at Our Issues Milwaukee. Happy New Year.